Hello everyone, welcome to the U.S. Immigration. Every now and then in the middle of delays and uncertainty, a week arrives where people finally feel a little hope again, and this week has been one of those rare moments in the immigration world. Many families saw long-stalled cases begin to move. Some applicants received interview notices they never expected to see before the new year. Green card and work permit processing picked up in several categories, and even the National Visa Center shared updates that brought relief to thousands of applicants waiting outside the United States. After months filled with policy changes, concerns about travel restrictions, and unpredictable delays, this week delivered genuine good news. The kind that reminds people their cases are still alive, still moving, and still heading toward resolution. In this video, we'll talk about all the good news unfolding in U.S. immigration as we close out December 2025. From green card progress and shorter wait times to faster processing at USCIS and the NVC and several unexpected updates that brought comfort to families who have been waiting for years. If you are liking this video, please hit the bell button, subscribe and like it so that you may get updates straight to your smartphone. Now, let's get into the video. This week began with a noticeable shift inside USCIS. Applicants across many categories reported that their cases suddenly started moving after months of complete silence. People waiting for family-based green cards, especially spouses and parents of U.S. citizens, began receiving updates that their cases were being actively reviewed. Some applicants even received approvals without an interview, something that has been rare this year. Immigration attorneys believe that USCIS is pushing to reduce pending caseloads before the agency transitions into the new 2026 fee structure. For thousands of families, this meant seeing real movement for the first time in a very long time. And there was another unexpected piece of good news. Processing times for work permits improved for many applicants. Individuals waiting for EADs under adjustment of status, humanitarian categories, and student-based programs reported faster turnaround times, with several approvals arriving much sooner than expected. It seems USCIS temporarily reassigned staff to help clear EAD backlogs before the year ends, and that shift made a real difference for people who were on the verge of losing their ability to work. For many households, this update brought an enormous sense of relief. Meanwhile, the National Visa Center shared promising updates for applicants abroad. Document review times continued to decrease, making this one of the quickest NVC processing periods of the entire year. Families waiting for documentarily qualified status finally received updates that had been stalled for weeks. And several U.S. embassies, including those with historically long wait times, quietly expanded their interview availability for late December and early January. Even small increases in scheduling created meaningful progress for families separated for years. Another encouraging sign came from the consulates themselves. Applicants in multiple regions reported smoother rescheduling processes, faster email responses, and more flexibility for follow-up document submissions. These improvements, though subtle, reflect a push within the State Department to stabilize operations before the new year begins. After years of unpredictable consular delays, applicants described this week as the first time they felt the system leaning forward rather than pushing back. There was also good news regarding travel this week. Although discussions continue around possible new travel restrictions tied to national security reviews, there has been no expansion of the travel ban. Many travelers feared a sudden announcement before the holidays, but officials confirmed that any new directive would come only after agencies finalize detailed implementation procedures. This has eased the worries of many lawful permanent residents and visa holders who need to travel in and out of the country during this time of year. Inside the United States, adjustment of status applicants also saw more positive shifts. People waiting for green card interviews noticed that field offices were scheduling earlier dates than expected, suggesting that USCIS is opening additional interview slots to prevent backlog overflow in January. Some applicants even reported same-week updates after months of no activity, which is, honestly, a sign that certain offices are working aggressively to close out 2025 with as many completions as possible. The Visa Bulletin also brought a bit of encouragement. While there was no dramatic jump, several categories, especially within the employment-based preference groups, showed modest forward movement that had not been seen in recent months. Analysts believe that if this trend continues into early 2026, backlog-heavy categories like EB2 and EB3 may finally begin inching forward again. In addition to these agency-driven improvements, several courts issued decisions that indirectly benefit immigrants, particularly those navigating complex paperwork or facing delays caused by administrative errors. These rulings emphasize the need for fairness in processing and reinforce that agencies must follow procedural protections when reviewing certain types of cases. While these decisions may not be headline news for everyone, they serve as a reminder that the legal system still plays a critical role in balancing the pace and fairness of immigration processing. Taken together, all these updates have made this week feel different from the rest of the year. For months, the narrative around immigration has been heavy. Discussions about travel bans, tightened eligibility requirements, administrative reviews, and long delays that left families feeling uncertain. But this week's developments brought a breath of fresh air. They showed that cases are moving, embassies are opening more appointments, work permits are being approved faster, and both USCIS and NVC are quietly making progress behind the scenes. As we move toward the new year, applicants should take advantage of this momentum. Ensure your documents are updated, monitor your USCIS online account closely, and check your NVC portal for messages. With agencies pushing to clear as many cases as possible before the 2026 transition, this window of progress may continue for the next several weeks. For families separated by borders, workers waiting for authorization, and students hoping to remain in status, these small signs of improvement can make a meaningful difference. That's all we have for this bulletin. The U.S. Immigration News Channel provides all necessary visa information and procedures for your U.S. immigration journey. It is important to understand the United States immigration processing steps, visa application requirements, processing times, forms, fees, and more. We will continue to provide all information about U.S. visitor visas, such as B1 and B2 work visas, such as L1A, L1B, and H1B student visas, green cards, immigrant visas, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5 family immigrant visas. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the U.S. Immigration Hub channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.